Hey everyone, welcome back to Travel Agent Achievers and your weekly Facebook Live update. Today we are talking about understanding your numbers, and this is going to be a brief but very specific chat because I have the latest podcast that went out yesterday, so keep an eye out for it. It's this week's podcast. Thank you very much to everybody who is downloading it, listening to it, subscribing, reviewing, and sending me messages. It means the world to me, and I really appreciate your comments and feedback. But I also want you to know that I am here to help you succeed, and it gives me so much pleasure and excitement to see the comments that come through, and gives me great satisfaction to know that I'm able to help other people, and not just clients here in our travel business, but also you as our travel agents as well. So thank you so much for listening and downloading the podcast. This week's episode is all about understanding your numbers, and I had a very special guest, Jeff Banks, who was with me. And we had a lengthy chat, and I would say a debate over these topics with regards to numbers. Speaking to your accountant, it can often get really confusing. Maybe that's just me, but I find that they use a different language, and I needed somebody who I could just cut right through that and say, break it down and explain it to me. And I'm very lucky that that is one of our business strategists and financial accountants, Jeff Banks from MW Lomax in Sydney here in Australia. So he's wonderful, and I do have to keep him in line a little bit, and you'll see that in the podcast, but I hope you do get a lot out of it. So we talk about understanding your why. Why are you in business? Why are you now a mobile travel consultant? There are questions that you need to ask yourself, but also just so that it gives you that driving force to keep going in your business, because there are always going to be tough days. There are going to be challenges that come along, and when you understand, know, and appreciate your why, you'll be able to get through anything. And I am more than happy to help you find your why, talk to you about it, and help you get through. But that's one of the things that we actually start with when it comes to business strategies and then understanding your numbers. We then moved on to talking about fixed costs and your pay, what you need to sell in order to cover your costs. So this isn't just what can I take out of the business to pay myself and put a roof over my head. That is very important, but understanding that when you are in business, there are so many more things that you need to think about. Having a computer, paying for your phone, making sure you've got rent covered if you use a portion of your home residence for business purposes, your car to get around and see clients and attend functions and events. There's so much more to it that a lot of people don't necessarily take into consideration. And especially when you're starting out, you may not have money come through the door for the first few months. So you need to be understand and appreciate your fixed costs up front and know how much money you need to have in the bank in order to cover some of those tough times. Now, as a mobile consultant myself, I've seen it, I've done it, I've experienced it, I've had the challenges. I now know, though, throughout the course of the year, where are going to be my tough months. And that is purely because 6 months previously, we may have had a slow sales month. So we talk about your fixed costs. We also talk a little bit about cash flow as well. And that's what I'm trying to explain with you book now and you may not get paid for 6 months, 12 months, up to 18 months in advance sometimes. So you need to make sure that you've got money in the bank. We talk about setting goals and hopefully paying yourself what you're worth. That doesn't always happen when you set out in business, in any sort of business. So there is a lot of patience that comes with that, and just to be prepared and understand and know what to expect as you set out on your own business adventure. We also talk about the KISS principle. Now, Jeff and I talk about the KISS principle slightly differently. Mine is keep it simple and then another S word, but he uses it as keep it supremely simple, and that is purely just breaking it down and making sure that you understand what's happening and you have a clear direction and goal as you move forward. So this is a really powerful thing, to keep it simple, because there's no reason to overcomplicate things as you set out in business. We've got a number of freebies that are attached with this week's episode, so make sure you check out TravelAgentAchievers.com. Go to the podcast page, and it's episode number 4 for Understanding Knowing Your Numbers with Jeff Banks. There'll be a download there on how to track and also measure your bookings on a month-to-month basis, so you can set some realistic goals as you move forward as well. So that's it, guys. Make sure you head out, check out the podcast. You can check it out on our website, TravelAgentAchievers.com. You can also find it on iTunes, Spotify, and Stitcher, some great places. So download it, subscribe to it, review it, and let me know if you've got any questions, because know that I am here. I'm happy to help you, and I want to see you as a huge success in your own travel business. Have a wonderful week, everyone, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye for now.